Yeah, we got a great opportunity this week going on the road in the Big Ten, playing a really good opponent in Iowa. I feel like very well coached. Haven't been in that league. They've always been a very physical football team, and it'll be a great challenge for our guys. I'm looking forward to this week preparing and getting a week better, and looking to go up there and seeing exactly how we match up. With that, I'll open it up.
Coming from obviously last year out in Florida, how much can y'all take from that game, especially the atmosphere that y'all faced last year in Florida?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of the same in the atmosphere. I mean, it'll be a rocking crowd, and going on the road and in the Big Ten, it'll be an exciting venue. Crowd noise, obviously you're gonna have to work on that. Great communication. But then again, they're a little bit different of an opponent. I mean, they do different things, offense, defensively, special teams. So we're going to have to prepare like we do every single week, and make sure that we do a good job of trying to put our guys in the best situations.
Their quarterback Stanley has 8 touchdown passes in their first 2 games. What do you need to see out of your defensive backs this
We need to play much better at the back end. We got to be more disciplined. We got to have our eyes in the right spots. Make sure our eye discipline is really good, because they're going to pound it, get some play action shots. So you got to be very disciplined in what you do on the back end, and that's something that we really need to work on this week.
Coach Bruns is in his 19th season at Iowa. What do you know about his play style and what he's built there?
Oh, he's an unbelievable coach. Having played against him, having known him through Coach Stoops, kind of through that tree, the Iowa tree, and he does an unbelievable job. His teams are always well coached. They're sound in their schemes, and they're not going to beat themselves. They're going to play a physical brand of football, line up, and they're very physical on both sides of the ball, and they're going to force you to have to make competitive plays in order to be in the game with them.
Jalen has 172 yards and 2 touchdowns in his first 2 games here. How important has he been to y'all's offense, and how important will he be?
Yeah, I think he's really growing. He's gotten better. I think just getting that first fade ball in the first game, I think, really boosted some of his confidence. But he's had a good camp. We need to find different ways to get him the ball. And he's going to have to be big for us this year. Between all those guys, I felt like this past week, our receivers played at a high level. They made plays and they were competitive. I think we had 1 drop on the day. So I think overall that group's given us a chance. We just got to get better overall.
They've got the great running back up there. Is he just a special player for Iowa?
Yeah, he's special. It seems like they always have special running backs of what they do. And I think if you would ask him, I bet you would say he'd give a lot of credit to his offensive line. Those guys are big and physical up front. I know Coach Ferris does a great job with his offensive line, always has. But yeah, I mean, he does a great job.
Y'all had 12 penalties and 98 yards off those penalties. Is that something you really want to clean up and that you're stressing?
Yeah, that's a team goal of ours, has been since day one. We want to be the most disciplined team on Saturday. And, you're going to have some aggressive penalties along the way, whether it be, an aggressive holding or, a PI every now and then. But it's the pre- and post-snap penalties that I really stress as much as anything, and that's just being mentally tough enough and disciplined enough to, one, pre-snap, know your job, know what the snap count is, stay on sides, that sort of thing. And then obviously we don't want any personal fouls. So yeah, we've had too many in the first couple games. We've actually that's one of our team goals, and we got beat 2 weeks in a row. I think the first week we had 5 and they had 4, and this past week we had 7. So
after going through the tape from the SMU game, what is your biggest takeaway?
It's never as good, it's never as bad, right? I think defensively up front, I thought we played very well. Our D-line really controlled the line of scrimmage. They had 99 yards rushing, but 47 of that was based upon a poor call. I think up front they shut down the run. I thought they hit the quarterback. They put pressure on the quarterback, and I don't think there was any issues there. I thought in the back end we played poor. Some of that Sutton. He's a really good receiver. but some of that's on us as well. So we just got to get better on the back end. Offensively, you know, you look at that game, you have 3 turnovers. They got 21 points off 3 turnovers. We get none off their turnovers, so they beat us by 22 points. And can't turn the ball over. Again, we've had consecutive weeks with muff punts. I think going down there in the first drive, you look at it, or excuse me, right before the first half, you know, have a chance to get some points there. Ended up throwing an interception, and I think I would put that on coaches as much as Mason. You're in that situation on the plus 38. Probably just, you know, maybe run the ball there, get it to 4-down territory if you know you're going to go for it anyway. You know, but, you know, you put them in that situation, and it happened. And we got to learn as coaches and grow as coaches and as players. At the same time, you know, after that, we took 1 snap. We're down 7. We take 1 snap, 1 play on offense, and we're down 28, I think. So a lot of things went bad there for a little bit. You know, it just seems like it snowballed on us there in that kind of at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second half. Once we overcame it, we were fine. Got back in a rhythm, moved the football. We come out after halftime. We have a 3-and-out and a muff punt. Again, we got to play smarter. We can't turn the football over, and we got to get off the field on 3rd downs. I mean, that's key. So explosive play battles, usually if you win the explosive play battle and you win the turnover battle, you win the game. We won the explosive play battle. We didn't win the turnover margin, and it shows it right there. You lose by 22.
You mentioned special teams there. You've had muff punts in the last couple of weeks, kind of struggled in the punting game. Is there something you can do to improve? To
Yeah,
change those guys?
work. I mean, just practice. Just keep getting better. Obviously, with Eric out, you know, you got new punters. Same scheme, same system. Feel good about what we're doing schematically. We just got to continue to work and get better. Muff punts. I mean, you got to catch the football.
You put Darden back there. Is that an option at this point?
Yeah, everything's an option. I want guys that want the football in their hands and catch it.
So is he going to be your punt return this week?
As of right now.
When you're down in the ball game, would you say that it's hard to establish the run game?
I'm sorry, I
When you're
didn't.
down, like, remember when you were down against SMU, was it hard to establish like the run game, which I usually like to do?
Yeah, it was. We didn't do. We weren't great up front in the run game, but some of that's what they do. You know, they're going to load the box. They're going to play those low safeties, and they're going to fit the run. So you're going to have an extra a lot of times. But that's why you can create some play action and get down the field on them as well. So one thing they take away, they give up on another area, and so we got to take what the defense gives us at times. But we still got to do a better job of running the football and establishing the run game, and that's something. We did a good job in week 1 and didn't do so much in this past game. Now some of it, you know, you get down like that. We didn't establish it early, and then you got down, and again, you start the second half, you're down by 28. You know, you're going to have to do some different things to try to get back in the football game as well.
Was that just what happened with the running game, or were there other problems there that you saw?
No, I think I don't think there's as much as problem. We didn't get as much movement, obviously, as we would have liked. But again, a lot of the times you're running off an extra defender, you know, that's down. So, you know, we gotta throw the football too. So you got to open them up. You got to stress them vertically, and which we did at times, and we made some big plays once we got to it. And you know, we got to do a better job, obviously.
You going to stick with Mose at center, or how are you going to adjust up front?
You know, we're competing every week, but Manasseh, I felt he's played well, and you know, we'll kind of continue to grow at that position and across the offensive line. I think the more so it's about chemistry and getting those guys in their spots, and so they're comfortable and they're not hesitant.
What is it about the Iowa defense that may present some challenges?
What you see is what you get. It's not like you're playing against something that you haven't seen before. I mean, they're going to line up in a 4-man front, and they're going to be gap sound. They're very strong up front. Their front four, they're always strong. They're technically sound. They use their hands great. They're gap sound on their structure, the defense, and and they play physical. It's not something that, you know, they're going to out-scheme you or anything. They're gonna do what they do. I mean, so it's not. They know what gives them problems. You know, they know because of what they do. There's only so much you can do to try to expose them, and they've seen it all over the years. They see what people are trying to attack, and they're really good about coaching their players up on how guys are going to attack them. And they just play their defense, and they're very disciplined in what they do.
You moved Graham up to the press box this year. How's that whole dynamic working with him up top, and how are you guys going about calling plays this year?
I think it's good. I think he'll be able to see the game better. You know, it's a lot harder on the field, you know, being able to see out there and figure out exactly what type of leverage they're playing, or gives you a better advantage. I think overall, just for us, it was something that you know, felt like he needed to have his eyes, you know, from the press box, be able to see a little better.
How's that dynamic work? You guys he still call plays up top, and you guys kind of discuss where the direction you're going during?
Yes, it doesn't matter if he's up top or down low. I'm calling plays, or the communication's still the same. The communication hasn't changed at all. It's just a matter of where somebody is. Because again, we're all on headsets, so the communication part of it hadn't changed.
For the second week in a row, your team has been going into a game described as the underdog. How much do you subscribe to those labels?
We've been the underdog before. That doesn't, to be honest with you, I don't really look at the underdog, overdog spreads or any of that. At the end of the day, you got to get your team ready to go out and compete. Doesn't matter what the spread is or who's the underdog or not. You got to go out there and compete. So, I mean, we've been in this position.
What are your thoughts on playing Power 5 schools on the road at a place like North Texas? Obviously, you've been on both sides of the equation, being in North Carolina. How do you approach a game like this, and what are your thoughts on it?
I really, to me, I go play the next game. They're on our schedule. We're going there. It's a great opportunity for our guys to go to the Big Ten. I look at them as an opportunity. Again, you know, go in there and compete and see exactly how you match up. And I promise you, we'll build the confidence throughout the week. And you know, if we play disciplined football and we'll go out there and compete, feel like we can have a chance to win.
Is it important when you get these opportunities against a national opponent like this with the following to perform well?
Yeah, you want to perform well every week. I mean, I don't see it any different who you're playing. You're going out there to compete and win. I mean, I wouldn't be a very good coach if I just said, hey, we're just going to go out there and not. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question.
Baylor, you know, lost to UTSA. Middle Tennessee won it at Syracuse. Are those the kind of games that if you win them, they can really do a lot for your program?
Yeah, do huge. I mean, not only your program, your fans, support, your confidence. There's a lot of things that it builds on, and you know, that's why I say you go out there and compete. I mean, each and every week is different. I mean, it happens every season. You know, there's upsets, you know, first 3-4 weeks of every season. And that's why you just got to prepare the best way you can. You got to keep growing with your football team, and, you know, you want to be in situations like that to where you can win big-time games like that. And you know, you look at a Boise State. They've done it over the years, and they catapulted themselves up and got that program rolling. So that's what you're looking for. That's what you're coaching for.
Is that something you think your players look forward to? I mean, a lot of these guys, I'm sure, grew up wanting to play in the Big Ten or the Big 12, or at least dreamed of it at one point. Is that something that is important to those guys, and is something that you kind of look to in recruiting as a selling tool?
Absolutely. I mean, if you don't want to play in these games, why do you play? I mean, you want to go out and play against great competition. You know, it's every week you want that same feeling of excitement, those butterflies, the things that go into going to prepare and play a football game, and it ought to be very exciting. I get excited. You know, I'm excited to prepare this week and get our guys to understand what we're trying to accomplish with our game plans, and I'm excited to go watch them play and coach in this game. And like I said, it's a great opportunity against a very good football team. We have nothing. What do we have to lose? Go out there and compete.
One guy that's kind of emerged this season has been Kaman Hall. You know, came in, he was a kind of a late recruit, guy in here now, he's already started. What have you seen from him, and what has he contributed to your team?
Well, he's prepared very well. He's competed very well. He picked up the system relatively quickly, and you know, he's made some competitive plays. We still got to grow. He's still got to get better. Obviously, that group as a whole, I promise you, they understand what we're trying to get accomplished and how we need them to come along with every group on the field. And Coach Ref, Coach Brown, they're doing a good job of coaching those guys up, and we'll get better.
What is it that you like about him as a player?
He's competitive. I mean, he's very competitive. It doesn't matter practice. Everything's full speed with him. It's full speed rep. He's trying to get better every snap, and again, he loves to compete. I think that's more than half the battle. If you love that competition, and believe me, it's not for everybody. I mean, not everybody plays that way. But he's confident in his ability, and I think he has a big upside. I'm excited about him. We just got to keep growing.
Did he, really look forward to the challenge last week of facing Sutton and those wide receivers, Quinn, and that kind of thing?
Yeah, he's that type of guy, who does. And again, we got a bunch of guys out there that like that. I mean, the mentality is there. We just got to be a little better on some technical, fundamental. It has nothing to do with mentality with that group. They're all competitive, and I love the group. We just got to, get better. And again, we faced a good team that had a lot of weapons, and he wasn't the only one. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.